What's good, YouTube? Jay Lee here. I'm gonna do a review today on, or tonight, on Insurrection Wild 2 by Reyanne. Reyanne. I don't know how to say that, but so this is a pretty popular cologne in the community, meaning it's not hard to find reviews on this. This is another Creed Aventus clone. And it's quite nice. I've heard good things about Insurrection Wild, or Insurrection 2 Wild, I don't know how to say that. And then Insurrection 2 Wild Night, or just Night, I'm not sure. So the Insurrection 2 Wild is supposed to be a clone of Terry Mugler's Pure Havana. And I hear it's really nice. It's kind of a cherry tobacco scent, very fruity. But I'm probably gonna pick that up next. Gonna be one of my next purchases. Although I kind of want to just get the wild and the night at the same time. I did smell Spice Bomb at the mall the other day, and at least the opening was pretty underwhelming. I didn't really get a. Now, I think I made the mistake of, being new in the fragrance game. I made the mistake to judge a cologne based off of its opening, which is pretty much a rookie mistake. So I can't really say. I mean, there's a bunch that I smelled just off the opening. Some of them smelled really nice, and some of them were like, eh. But Spice Bomb was one of the ones I was like, eh. And I was like, it's just kind of a chemical opening, but you can't really go by that, because there's a lot of colognes that just have a real chemical opening when you first smell them. Mont Blanc Individual has a very chemical opening when you first blow it, or when you first spray it, spray it. Club Derby House Blanche from Armaf, and I also think even Insurrection Wild 2 has a very chemical opening when you first spray it. So it takes a second for your nose to get acclimated. So the Insurrection Wild 2, or not Wild, but the Insurrection Pure 2 is, like I said, an Aventus clone. And I also have Le Parfait. I don't have Club Derby House Blanche. I do have that, actually. I don't have a Club de Nuit Intense Man by Armaf, so I don't have that to compare it to. I also have never smelled Creed Aventus, but I do have Le Parfait, and I do have I don't have Green Irish Treat either. I've never smelled that, but I do have Très Nuit from Armaf. So I've got some things to compare it to, because people say that Insurrection Pure 2 is a mix between the Green Irish Treat and Aventus, just like Le Parfait is. But I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, Le Parfait and Insurrection Wild 2 don't smell the exact same. They smell similar somewhat, but not the exact same. So you're gonna want to buy both the Insurrection Pure 2, as well as the Le Parfait by Armaf, which is very nice. I very, very much recommend Le Parfait. Although I would say out of the two, Insurrection Pure 2 smells a little bit more clean, classy. The Armaf is a little bit of a more dirty cologne, if that makes sense. It's a little bit more synthetic smelling, or cheap smelling, if you will. You know, they in the perfume community, they kind of describe that as dirty smelling a little bit, or it can be described as dirty smelling. So it is a little dirty, but they're both good. They're both good. So Très Nuit, actually, out of the three, I like Très Nuit the least. But I think that's because it doesn't have that Aventus vibe, and the Aventus is just bomb. It just smells so good. At least, the cologne smell. So if you have both of these colognes, you can pick up the Aventus cologne smell. So you kind of get a picture of what Aventus smells like when you own these colognes. So like I said, I've never smelled Aventus, but I'm sure it smells really good based on owning Insurrection Pure 2 and Le Parfait. So I would recommend 100% blind buying either of those colognes, Le Parfait or Insurrection Pure 2. I actually don't recommend blind buying Très Nuit because I just think it's out of the three, it smells cheap. But the only reason I mentioned Très Nuit is because, like I said, the Le Parfait and the Insurrection Pure 2 are supposed to be kind of like mixes between Green Irish Tweed and Aventus. But this review is about Insurrection Pure 2, so let's talk about that. The initial spray is somewhat chemical, and it's okay off the top. I do get a pineapple vibe, whereas actually, excuse me, I get more of a, I don't know if I get it, it's very creamy off the top. It's very, very creamy. The dry down is so nice, and it's very good as far as projection and performance. It's lacking a bit, but it smells really, really nice. So this is a classy cologne. It's a manly cologne. It's definitely not unisex. This is clearly, for men. But you could wear it out, although it doesn't project, a whole bunch. You could totally just go overboard and spray it a bunch if you want. You could try that. But it's very, very masculine, right? Very, very masculine cologne. And so the top notes are pineapple, vanilla, and birch. Jesus, actually that's the only notes. Wow, at least as far as base notes is concerned. Pineapple, vanilla, and birch. Huh. Well, shit. I guess that's the only note. So, yeah, man, it's a good cologne. I don't see, I don't see why anyone wouldn't purchase this pineapple. So yeah, I do get a pineapple, vanilla, and birch vibe. So to me, the pineapple and the vanilla mixes so well, and it just smells super creamy. And that's true with the Le Parfait as well. They both just smell super creamy and vanilla-y, and the fruit note mixes with the vanilla note very well. And so basically, the dry down, it smells very much like Aventus, but it's gonna be a creamy delight, if I can go so far to say that. It is different than Le Parfait. But again, blind buy both. They're both awesome, and they're both cheap. When I say awesome as far as the smell goes, as far as the performance and the projection, you're gonna get whiffs every now and then. If you're gonna be cuddling up with a girl, it's perfect. But if you're gonna go out and you want people to actually smell you and you want to get compliments, these aren't gonna be compliment beasts because they don't project. And that's just what it is for colognes that are $20. They just don't project. It's just how it is. It's not going to be any different. If you're going to be spending $20-25 on a cologne, you're not going to get something that projects 9 times out of 10. Just the way it is. They become skin scents within a half an hour. But with that said, there's always, 5 hours later, I'll be smelling it on my shirt. You know what I mean? Like, the other night, what did I use the other night? I'm trying to think what I used the other night. Oh, I used Jimmy Choo Man the other night, and it smells exactly like Versace Eros, and I was smelling it. It smelled really nice. The vanilla, the tonka bean, the patchouli, smelled really, really nice. And Versace Eros and Jimmy Choo Man share a bunch of notes. I think they share 4 similar notes, so it smells very similar to each other, but I like Jimmy Choo Man more. But and even though it projects like crazy for a while, like the next day I couldn't smell it at all on my shirt. Whereas like with Insurrection Pure 2 or Le Parfait, it doesn't seem to project like a beast right away, but the next day I'll be like, damn, I still smell this on my shirt, right? So it's weird how that works. Like, you know, I don't know if it's something they put in the mix or something they put in the cologne, but it'll really project a lot for a while really quickly, and then at a certain point, you know, it'll just be gone as far as the Jimmy Choo Man. But whereas like with some Marmoffs or this Insurrection Pure 2, it's not like boom, I'm getting heavy projection, boom, boom, boom. You know, so I'm getting heavy projection. It's not really like that. I'm getting a little bit, you know, I'm getting a little bit of whiffs here and there. If I get up or I move around, or, you know, I go to another room, I'll smell it. I'll be like, okay, so I'm smelling. It's just not like boombastic projection, you know, like a boombox. It's not like boom in your face, but it's there. Maybe I'm getting acclimated to it. Maybe I'm getting used to it, but it's there. It's just not projecting like crazy. You know, whereas like a more designer or a more expensive cologne like Jimmy Choo Man, for instance, is going to be like boom, 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 it's going to project. But again, for over a long period of time, it's going to be there the next day. It's going to be there for like 6 hours later, but it's just going to be a skin sense. You're going to smell it on your clothes. It's just not going to be projecting. So it's like you have to weigh the pros and cons. Like, do I want to spend 45, 60, 70 bucks for a designer or a niche cologne that's gonna boom project boom 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 for like 3 hours strong and then it's gonna be gone? Or do I want to get like more of a $20 one that's gonna be on my skin for like 6-8 hours, but it's just not gonna project? It's like you have to make that decision, and whatever you know, whatever scenario you're choosing it for, then that's what you got to go with. And you got to say, okay, well, you know, this is what it is, and I know I'm not going to be projecting like crazy. I'm going to go out, or I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go do that, and it's like it's going to be on me, and people might catch whiffs of it, but it's not going to be like, boom, this guy's obviously wearing cologne. He's obviously wearing something that smells really nice. It's projecting. No, it ain't like that. But people are going to be like, oh, okay, I kind of get a little whiff. He kind of smells nice. He smells fresh and clean. So this is a really Insurrection Pure 2 is a really fresh and clean scent, where it's like, okay, I just smell real nice, real masculine, and you know, it smells like a Ventus. So I don't think you can go wrong. I think I actually paid 26 bucks for it. I don't think you can go wrong for that price. Like, there's just, like Big Beer Business says, you know, you'd rather have that cologne than your money. Let's put it that way. So it's a really nice bottle, really nice presentation, really nice box too. I kept the box. Sometimes I don't keep the boxes. Really nice box. Armoff makes nice boxes too, but Insurrection Pure 2 is one of the best boxes I've ever seen. Really, really nice bottle. The sprayer's nice. It smells really nice on the top notes, or you know, as far as the first spray goes, and then the dry down is really nice too. So that is what it is, guys. You know, I appreciate you listening. I'm probably going to be starting a new channel here in a little while, where I'm actually going to be filming video of myself. But I really like the Insurrection Pure 2. I don't get a lot of lemon vibe, whereas with the Le Parfait, I get lemon, actual lemon. When I first sprayed the Insurrection Wild 2, I was like, damn, I can actually smell that pineapple top note. I can really smell that. And then it mixes in with the vanilla, and it becomes this really fruity, creamy, just goodness. And the Le Parfait does that too, but again, it's more dirty. It's just more dirty as far as like, it smells a little more cheapy. And actually, I think between the two, Le Parfait projects more. I wouldn't say the performance is better. I would just say it projects more, if that makes sense. So take that what you will. Like I said, blind buy both. I wouldn't recommend blind buying Très Nuit Even though it's okay, like you know, if you're a collector, you're probably going to want to have it in your collection. If I had a choice between, like, say, Cool Water and Trey Nui, I would go with the Trey Nui, because I've never really been a Cool Water fan. There's something in it that I just don't like. I've never liked. Even when I was a kid, everybody had Cool Water in, like, 8th grade. Like, nah, man, like that's not cool. Because it just smells like everybody else, and there's something in Cool Water that I don't like. So if you're gonna pick between Trey Nui and Cool Water, go with Trey Nui. And I mean, I'd recommend it, but like, if you're just like, I mean, I don't know, smell it first, right? So, all right, thanks for listening. Peace.